Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing?
I am doing good this morning.
That's good.
Doing good.
That's good.
Doing
I'm glad
good.
you're doing good.
Got a little bit of a head cold going on, so excuse me. Nothing contagious, just probably more sinuses than anything.
Just gonna sit right
Sit
over
that far
here.
away?
Yep.
Okay.
I feel like the chair's gonna go.
Yeah,
but
probably better for you.
Then you got the show on your own.
I do?
With your head cold. Yes. I'll just stay right on the floor the whole
you?
time. Yes.
Gotcha.
Welcome everyone that is just hopping on and joining with us. Thank you so much for being here for Good Morning LEQ.
Yes, we are excited you were here. Sorry
Yes.
we weren't here last week, just a little under the weather, but we are back this week.
Yeah, last week wasn't good. But we are back and we are kicking.
Yes.
And we're here to do the thing.
There you go. There you go. So how many of you guys live in the Texas area and got those storms last night?
Oh gosh, the storms were horrible.
You know, I've been living here since 2001, and I don't ever remember wind being that strong, straight line winds being that strong for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were watching it and then going outside and then hearing it, and it was just insane.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like, I mean, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like just right off the exit where we live, it flipped 4 semis.
Yeah, 4 semis flew over.
Yeah, and then you lost your fence.
I lost my fence down the middle of both of my neighbor and I's houses, all the way down to the other fence line. The tree in my front yard got uprooted, and that's on the ground. Neighbors' trash cans were everywhere. I don't know why they put their trash cans out. Don't even get me started
they knew
on
the
that.
storm was gone.
I'm already frustrated because I had to pick up trash all morning. There was trash all over my lawn. Lost power for a long time. Power didn't come back on until about 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of the neighbors' fences were down, trees were down, semis were still flipped over. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's absolutely crazy.
That storm definitely was.
I lost the internet.
Oh my goodness.
I had to be on E.
On
the
E?
tower next to my house fell down. Or like it got shut, didn't fall down. Lost power, gone. So I was on E.
Oh my goodness.
I was living in the Stone Age.
Were you?
I couldn't even send a text. It's like, how did I used to do this?
I know, right?
Oh my God. It took Facebook 10 minutes to load. I needed to know what was happening everywhere else.
I know.
Besides the green lightning outside and the winds taking trees out. I need to know what's going on.
I know, definitely. So if you were in our area and you experienced that crazy storm last night, hopefully everything is okay and you don't have too much damage. And if you do, our thoughts are with you. It was just, yeah. And so your brother decided after the storm that he needed to go check out the semis being flipped.
I'm surprised you let him leave.
He's 18.
Mom, that's no, that's not the excuse that you can use now.
I did make him wait till the storm was over. And I just said, you have to just make sure you stay on the frontage road, away from everything. Just come wrap around and come right back, which is what he did.
His little red wagon, it's flipping semis. It's going to take him to Canada.
No, I know. Well, but the storm was over by then.
Oh, okay.
Storm was over. But he did say that when he was out there helping that there was stuff like signs and stuff all over the road. Oh, yeah,
there's all the signs.
So he pulled over, put his hazard lights on, and then moved it because a car hit it, not seeing it.
Yikes.
And so that way other cars didn't hit the stuff.
Look at Ryan.
So he moved all that way
around
over.
Blessing folks. That's so nice of him.
This morning, because school's closed, because a lot of the places
the majority of the schools don't have power
didn't have power yet. He went over to the airplane hangar because a lot of the hangars, the hangars' doors fell off. They had planes flipped, and so he went over there to help people out.
Yeah, I know. He stopped by my house at 7 this morning.
Oh, did he?
Yes. He wanted to make sure that I had power and that I was going to be awake to go to work.
There you go.
Thank you, Ryan, so much for that. I could be in bed still.
Anyway.
But I had power. Lillian, Lisa, Dawn, Diane, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Exactly. So did you get a chance to watch the premiere last night on Corey's couching? So Corey, why don't you talk a little bit about your couching?
So last night we used the Burnett blanket yarn, which is over there, but I don't want to get up right now. And we did the puzzle pattern. This is puzzle 127, available in paper and digital. And we quilted this on just a little small all over just to show you what you could do. We did this quickly for time purposes on the show, but you could do this over a full entire quilt.
Yeah, we were talking, so there's the one he did last night. So super cool. So again, this was pattern 127. It's available in digital for all formats and also in paper. Obviously, if you're doing couching with a hand-guided machine, you're going to have a helper, somebody up there holding the yarn.
Just to take the slack off
Just to take the slack off the yarn for you while you're doing the stitching. And if you watch the video, you can see why that's important, because you have to do that regardless.
Yeah.
It washes up really good.
Yeah, so this is the washed sample, just to show you that. Can you hold that, please? Thank you. Just to show you that it still holds on. It's not going anywhere. It's not falling off.
Yeah.
I did wash it on delicate cycle when I did do it.
Yeah.
With low agitation on that, just to keep it nice and safe.
Yeah, well, it keeps it nice and soft too.
Yeah, but it washes up really, really nice. We had a question last night about lint. There's not really a huge amount of lint that comes from it.
Yeah.
Maybe a tad bit, but not really a ton of lint.
Yeah, as you can say, anytime I've ever seen you couch, I've never seen a huge lint buildup.
The only lint that you get is when you trim the yarn at the end and tie off. Sometimes a little piece comes out, but other than that, that's about the extent of lint.
So I would say just make sure you clean out your bobbin case area when you're done doing it, and in between if you're doing a.
Well, you should always be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, to do I think his next goal, and we probably won't shoot this on the video, but is to do like a throw to queen size with an actual design, like maybe a whole cloth design. That would be kind of fun. I mean, you have to find a way to connect it, so it might have to be a different type of design. But
I think I'm going to do a really elegant edge-to-edge design. You know, they have some really, really nice edge-to-edge designs that look almost custom.
Yeah.
So something like that on an overall thing.
That'd be really pretty. Because it almost gives you like the soft. You could almost do this on the top to give it to both textures, and then do a wide back Miki on the back too.
Okay, now you're asking for too much.
No, I'm asking for too much.
It can be done though, yeah.
Well, then you would have soft on both sides. You'd have like a texture here, a soft, smooth on the back. You could do anything. That's what's nice, is that you can just try all different kinds of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. You should try that.
Maybe I will.
You should do it. I know you can do it. Sherry, thanks for hopping on. Robin said bad stuff around Sulphur Springs. Damage. They've got limbs and trees down.
Yeah, that's kind of. We saw lots of trees and limbs down this morning on the way to the office for sure. That was crazy.
It was insane. That's just not fun. Not fun at all.
No, not fun at all. So did you guys have any questions about last night's show, about the couching? I think he mentioned last night that you could use a trapunto foot or a couching foot depending on what machine you have and what foot they have. And if you don't know if you have it, definitely reach out to your dealer or somebody that has a machine like you and say, hey, do I have the right foot, or how do I get that foot? Because it's fun to try to do things. Because you could do something like this and even turn it into a pillowcase.
Oh, no question.
Like
There's a bajillion things you can do with couching, yeah. You think baby quilts, you could do this in the border. Name of the baby in the border with the couching yarn. Biggest thing about doing the couching is just making sure you have a thick enough yarn for your foot. Exactly.
We have tried different yarns, and you really do need to go ahead and stick with a thicker. And I think this tend to be the best so far.
The Burnett blanket yarn's been the best success with the feet that we've had available to us. Certain machine brands have different couching feet sizes.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's Handy Quilter or Baby Log. I don't know. One of them. They have different, I think it's Handy Quilter, has different size feet for couching. So the hole gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Now you have to be really dead on center with your needle at that point. But then you could use a smaller yarn. It just depends on what foot you have available to you.
That's very true. That's very true. This just kind of makes it a lot easier, and you can't even see the... Because I know we did try on smaller stuff before, and you can see the threads. So it would like skip. We're here using the 6, you can't see any of that.
Yeah, it just kind of falls right in like you're stitching in Minky.
Cool.
Where it falls right in. So, any plans this weekend?
I'm working.
I'm working too, but I get to go do a class. I'm excited.
You do?
Yes.
You get to go train somebody.
I get to do some in-home training for a new Innova machine. So, yeah, I'm super excited for that.
Yeah.
Get to leave in the morning and beep beep down there.
That one little benefit from buying their autopilot from you, huh?
Always good stuff. Well, a longtime watcher of ours, Amy, sent me a text this morning. She's not watching today because she had something to go. She had to let me know she wasn't watching this morning. But if you are in the West Houston, Cypress area this weekend, or if you live there, there is a quilt show going on. So she sent me the details. I had no idea. It's called Flights of Fantasy
Flights of Fancy.
Oh, Flights of Fancy. Yeah, I can't read this morning either. Quilt show. It's going to be at the Richard E. Berry Educational Support Center.
In Cypress, Texas.
In Cypress, Texas. They've got a little over 20 vendors, 200 quilts.
Yeah, if anything, you can go look at quilts and stuff.
Yeah, so it's this Friday and this Saturday, so March 3rd, March 4th from 10 to 4.
Fun.
Yeah, so if you're in that area, go over there and check it out.
Yeah, Cypress, Texas. So that's anywhere in the Houston area.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. You guys, I never even thought about that. You're welcome to send us if you have a quilt show going on the weekend that we're about to do our live, and just send us a PDF flyer, and we'll give you a shout out. We love giving shout outs to quilt shows because there's so much you can see. The quilts at quilt shows are amazing.
Well, yeah, and I don't think there's enough marketing for small quilt shows because it's hard to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, we would love to give you a shout out. But yeah,
no matter where you are.
No matter where you are, you don't have to be here in
us
Texas. You can be in another country.
Yeah.
Send it to us. We'd love to give you a shout out, and if you know of it already in advance, send it our way so we can get it on our calendar to talk about it on whatever show we have coming up.
Yeah. No, that sounds really good. That sounds super good. So I was just thinking So I usually don't, since you just gave a shout out on the show, which is totally different than what I want to shout out for, is I obviously don't usually do shout outs that aren't quilt related, but I have an amazing brother.
Oh.
So my brother lives in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I won't go through his history of how smart he is. I mean,
he's a genius.
Like where he started.
Encyclopedia. Genius.
And where he is today, and all the hard work he's put in and everything he's done. I just look up to him like totally. But they just came out with his first book that he got to co-author in. So I was super excited because he's on the cover. And it might be hard to see.
I can see it.
Can you?
Close enough. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so why I'm showing it though is because this one is based on world's leading entrepreneurs. So there's literally 20-something chapters in here that go over these different entrepreneurs and their stories, along with his, but in their stories on how they started, what they did, the things they did wrong, the things they did right. And I have found it extremely interesting to read the stories, because they're stories. It's not just like blah, 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 bullet points. They're actual stories. So if you've ever thought about starting a business and you're just not sure of
or if you have a business right now and you're trying to find
different ideas, different tips, and you're just kind of stuck when it comes to that, or you feel like you've failed and you're just done and you can't redo, you can't restart over, you really should get this book, because it really does talk. Well, you don't have to, but it really does tell you about all the pitfalls that they ran into and how they just came back up and how they did it.
What's the name of the book?
Oh, so
they're all on the edge of their seats right now.
I know. So the name of the book is Mission Matters, but it's Volume 9, because there's different volumes. So Mission Matters Volume 9 is the one that he's in, and I'll put the link in the bottom after it actually posts. But his name is Jonathan Schroyer, and I don't know, I'm just so proud of my brother. So I just had to give him a quick shout out. So
Uncle J-Dog.
And I've been reading the chapters on the different entrepreneurs, and because we own a business, and a lot of you own quilt businesses, I was just like, this is some interesting stuff, because you would think that when you're doing your business and in your quilting, and maybe you hit some hit some roadblocks, or maybe you just aren't learning the way that you want to on your machine, or you can't quite get that quilt pattern or something like that. And a lot of the people might just give up and say, you know what, this isn't the right thing for me. Maybe I need to try something different, or maybe, no, I just didn't. These stories have helped me realize that it's okay to say that. It's okay to say, you know what, I made a mistake, but how do I fix that? How do I go from here? And how do I pivot to where I can still do the things I love to do, but how do I get to that? So maybe it's more training. Maybe it's reaching out to quilt groups and quilt guilds. Maybe it's finding a quilting friend to keep you encouraged. There's just different ways you can pivot off so you can still enjoy the things that you want to do. And I just didn't think of it that way. And other than reading these stories, I mean, these are billionaires that are telling their stories, and they all hit rock bottom quite a few times. Anyway.
Thank you for joining Diana's TED Talk.
There you go.
She'll be signing autographs later this afternoon in the atrium.
In the atrium.
Next to the subway.
Next to the subway. Oh goodness, oh goodness. Anyway, so well, with that being said, what do we have here? I'm pretty.
Lisa's really
Lisa's
excited
on.
for
Yeah,
class.
because that's who you're training.
I know.
Yeah, he's excited to come train you,
Very
Lisa.
excited. I look
So-
forward to my phone call sometime this afternoon. We got to confirm a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, well, we're gonna cut it short this morning. We've got a lot to get done this
We
morning.
do have a lot to get together this morning.
So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Have a great Friday. Yeah. Oh, quick thankful fors. I didn't do thankful fors really quick.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do. So the thing I was thankful for this week had a lot to do with last night, and that's radars. Like the technology that's out there for the radars to predict the weather, so you can be prepared and you know what's coming your way. I am very thankful whoever invented the radar.
There you go.
What about you?
I'm thankful for something technology as well, but it doesn't have nothing to do with the weather. I should have thought about that one. I am thankful for my Apple Pencil.
Okay.
I do a lot of sketch work to figure out what I want to quilt on things before I actually quilt it. And I have a drawing app on my iPad, and it just allows me to get really good precision and extra pressure and angles and stuff like that to figure out exactly what I want to quilt before I do that. For the Quilting with Corey episode, whenever we decide to do that live, I've been sketching out on top of the panel what I want to do, so I'm prepared, so I can just jump right into it. So that's what I'm thankful for.
You'll have to show them what that looks like next time. So, alrighty.
Alrighty, y'all. Well, have a wonderful rest of your Friday, a great weekend, and we will see you next Thursday on After Hours.
Bye.